International canoe sprinting returned to the water for the first time in 2021 for this World Cup 1 in Szeged. But Hungary, first hosting the European qualifiers for Tokyo 2020, the fight for 16 Olympic quotas commenced as the final country lineups for this year's games slowly come together. An extremely challenging past year or so for the competitive paddlers, but with a ticket to Tokyo within sight, everyone wanting to lay it on the line and do everything they could to earn their nation an Olympic quota. Next week, the World Cup 2 in Paracanoe, Russia will be a last chance saloon. But here, a huge chance for the 9 women lining up in this Canoe 1 200-meter final. And underway here in the C1 Women 200-meter Final A, the place in Tokyo on the cards. Well, Canoe-Kayak of Georgia, 22 years of age, was the fastest in her heat to qualify for this final. Well, Katie Reid of Scotland, her best result was a bronze at the World Cup 2 in Duisburg, but that was way back in 2017. 11th place finishes in C1 200 and C2 500 at the World Championships in 2019. Great Britain with a clean sweep in the slalom, but only 2 of 12 in the sprint before today. But it's Spain's day as Corbera, not quite the speed of her semi-final, but more than enough to take the 29-year-old over the line. Well, of course, as suggested, the place earned for Spain, but Corbera certainly feels she's done enough to earn the spot.
Well,
I'm so happy to grab an Olympic quota after a tough final race. There was so much crosswind to deal with, and from the start, I saw that the other countries and boats behind me were struggling to cope. In the end, it's the same for everyone, and we just had to carry out our strategies. Personally, I needed total focus to keep the boat straight while paddling hard and fight over what was an unpredictable 200 meters. I was dying by the end, so to have won, I'm delighted. As the men get in on the action, K1 1,000 meters. Well, certainly plenty of eyes on lane 5 as Rennie Holten Poulsen of Denmark. Can the 24-year-old come up trumps again? Underway here in the men's K1 1000 final. Only first will take an Olympic berth. Well, Poulsen looking calm and collected at the minute. Happy enough with the position on Peter's coattails. So Peters, Poulsen at the split time at the halfway mark. Now looking to grab Belgium what would be just a second sprint quota. They've got none for the slalom, so this would be a huge result for the 24-year-olds for Belgium, and he's streaking away. Poulsen's blown a gasket, and it's Peters who leads from start to finish. Fabulous performance. He held off the 3-time Olympian Poulsen, who's been on an Olympic podium. Well, a roar of joy from Peters. A huge achievement for Belgium. While having competed at the 2016 Olympics, it's a return for Arthur Peters.
Hi guys, I'm Arthur Peters. I just qualified myself for the K1 1000 meters for Tokyo 2020. Let's go. Yeah, to get that ticket means everything to me. I've been working really hard the past 5 years and especially the last 2 years. So hard work pays off. It's been difficult, especially with COVID circumstances. Made it not more easy. But yeah, we've been training good and we've been just been focusing on the goal and well, we did it. We are a very small country and we qualified now 3 athletes, so yeah, it means that something is working right. I think our coach is doing a really good job and yeah, we'll try to do very good at Tokyo.
So the start lists for the C2 women's 500 meter final. The first 2 of this earning a spot in the Olympics. So underway in the C2 women's 500 meter final. The top 2 will go to Tokyo. Well, you can hear the screams of arriba, arriba. And certainly Spain don't mind about being greedy here just months ago. And the only World Cup meet of 2020. But it's the Moldovans who have just blasted through slowly but surely. But have they enough time left? Is there enough water left? Moldova desperately trying to cling on as they try and earn that first Olympic spot. Remember, the top 2 will go through. And it's Moldova who do it as winners. The Russians, and squeals of ecstasy. Well, a huge achievement. The Moldovans who have taken their chance perfectly. So the K2 women's 500 meter final, the final race, and another winner takes all. The finale here when red turns to white. So underway here in the K2 women's 500 meter final, a winner takes all with 1 berth in Tokyo up for grabs. And therefore, sneaking in that manner, Belarus, Poland, Slovenia, Belgium, France, Ukraine and China already there. But at the split time, it's Spain looking for a 4th ticket of the day. They thought they had the lead, but just being edged out maybe by Brüsseler and Gebhardt of Germany. Well, they were showed a quick time in the heats, and they have just by a nose held off the Russians as Germany. Well, they left it late, but in the end, plenty of time to grab top spot. And with it, that's a great result for Germany. Gebhardt and Brüsseler nicking ahead of the Russians. Our plan was to focus on ourselves because when you look to the side, you can lose half a second. We said finish strong, do what we practice and believe, and it worked.
My name is Melanie. I'm from the German team and I was racing in K2 500 in the European Qualifier.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm in the German national team and I paddled the K2 500 during this weekend.
to win the quota for Tokyo is amazing, because now Germany is able to get all the 6 women to Tokyo. Yeah, it's cool to have a big team, yeah, and we can do it together.
It was my best chance to get to the Olympics, because I don't get a chance to race for quota spots in 2019 because there were better girls than me. So my main goal was to sit in this K2 and to be able to race, be able to win it, what we did, and yeah, we are pretty happy about that. The race was different because we know we had to win. In other races you race for medals or you race for a good place, but in this race second place actually means nothing. So it was different.
Yeah, it was pretty important, and so I was a little bit nervous than in other races. But Sarah and me, we are a good team, and we said that we will do it and believe in us. So yeah, it was okay for me. We don't know exactly who of us will race in which boat, but now the plan is to manage the World Cup as best as possible, and then we will see how it will go on.
We have proven that we can race pretty fast internationally, even if pressure is pretty high. I think we showed what we can, and there's no way to go around us.
The golden tickets for Tokyo won. Attention turned to the first World Cup meet of the year. Olympic and world medalists jostling for the podium, but also a chance to look to the future, as the next generation of stars also made a splash in Szeged. As the ICF Canoe Sprint World Cup getting underway in earnest with the K1 Women 200 meter final.
Come to the start area in your lane. Ready? Set.
So underway in the K1 Women 200 meter final A. Deborah Kerr, certainly for Great Britain, hoping to add a medal to her Olympic quota, but it's the hosts who had an early advantage, but slipping away. And it is Emma Astrand Jorgensen, who's made a strong start in lane 4. And the Dane looking to convert for gold. And the Rio Olympian does just that. Looks to be just ahead of Deborah Kerr. But no doubts, but she brought her best when it mattered. As mentioned, only one World Cup meet last year here in Szeged, but Jorgensen back with a bang and excellent form ahead of Tokyo in the summer. Well, today was a nice day, although the weather is tricky here. One day the wind comes from one side and then the next from the other. So you have to be ready for anything. I felt prepared though, so it's great to win. As he looks forward, Liam Heath, to defending his Olympic crown in Tokyo. Well, another Brit now hoping to get over the disappointment of missing out of Olympic quota. This World Cup won a lot, competing for the first time since the COVID lockdown. Underway here in the C1 Women 200 meter final, Nevin Harrison, the world champion, in lane 5, looking to add a World Cup gold. Certainly a strong start. Hovering around the 90 paddle rate. Trying to hold off Luzan of Ukraine. Just digging away. Luzan looking for very long strides. But it's Nevin Harrison pushing away, but she's getting a little bit of competition from Dorota Borowska. But she beats her in the semis. She's going to beat the field here in the final. Luzan looks to have taken silver, but no doubts on Nevin Harrison. All smiles as she realizes she's once again a gold medalist in Szeged. in the World Championships, missing out. This time Nevin Harrison back on top of the podium, and in fact it was.
I was really nervous about this race just because it's my only international competition before Tokyo. I'm not going to the second World Cup, so it was really my one shot to see what I can do. The conditions today were really amazing, so we were lucky. I was hoping for a tailwind because it's always fun to get close to the world record, but next time maybe. But yeah, things went really, really well. Nothing major went too bad, so I'm just really excited about it, yeah.
Portugal.
From the 2019 World Championships here, in particular, reigning world champion Balint Kopash.
Ready, set.
So underway in the K1 men 1,000 meter final. Reigning world champion Balint Kopash of Hungary recorded the fastest semi-final time. Czech Republic's Josef Dostal, the 2018 world champion from Portugal, Fernando Pimenta, also impressed in what were perfect racing conditions. We've heard there's some Balint Kopash and Fernando Pimenta look to be the main battle for the podium. But only 3 medals on offer. Marginal advantage, but really not much to write home about. 4-time world and European gold medalist. Well, Kopash just hanging on the back of the boats. Well, it's all about holding your nerve and knowing exactly what's at stake. But it's going to be a tremendous victory for the young gun from Germany, Jakob Schoff, who's beaten the 3 podium from the World Champions 2 years ago. Look at the emotion. The Olympics will be another beast, but a stunning gold ahead of now the C1 men 1,000 meters. Well, it was easier for me to paddle in the race than maybe it was for the others. Of course, there were world champions in the field. They've been paddling in this category for years, and they know everything there is to know. For me, wow, it was the first time. I didn't have any distractions, like thinking of changes or adjusting my technique. I just had fun. And I think it worked to my advantage, as I was free to express myself. And of course, well, I won the race. So fine conditions here as we look ahead to the K1 women 500 meter final. Peters herself, 6-time World Cup medalist in K1 and K2 500. So we're successfully underway in the second time of asking in the K1 women 500 meter final. Povka managing to keep herself in check. Certainly didn't want to be cut out of this too early. All of the Swedish Olympian stencils. Fine start for the 2017 World Bronze medalists in the 200 version. Also K2 500 as Novakovic trying to hold off the late drive from Povka of Ukraine. And the Serbian just holding on to win by a nose. Well, a stunning run. All smiles now, but it's gold for Serbia. Novakovic with a fantastic performance. Well, since we didn't compete internationally last year, we're all so hungry to get back racing, winning and earning medals. For me, my first goal was to confirm my quota for Tokyo in Serbia, and it was officially done yesterday. So all that pressure lifted from my shoulders. I set my mind then to using this final as practice ahead of the games. I've worked hard. I wanted to show my best.
Mislim šta mogu
So,
reći,
really
normalno sam
delighted.
presrećna kako se ovo završilo.
Hi, I'm Ronald Rauer from Germany, and I will compete my 6th Olympics in Tokyo. I think everybody will be pretty happy to go to Tokyo anyway, to just compete and to have a positive feeling to let all the shit stuff behind us. And the Olympics are my last point. I want to go, and finally probably my last race, which I want to celebrate there. And yeah, I'm pretty looking forward. Being a peddler in Germany, it's not easier, it's complicated, but the good thing is if you're a good peddler in your country, you know you will get medals in the world. So that's a good part of it, but I think you have to be a strong mind all the time because we have battles all the time. You are never safe to go to the world, for example. We are challenging all the time, and maybe it makes us strong as we are. My wife is an aunt from Birgit Fischer, and when I was young I always laughing about her because for me it was no opinion to pedal that long time, and now it's me who pedaling that long time, but I still have fun, I still feel good, so I just enjoy.
So the final race, K4 men's turn at 500 meters. And underway here in the K4 men 500 meter final, a rehash of the 2019 World Final. Can Spain or Slovakia gain a vengeance upon the world champions from Germany in lane 5? And it's a strong Spanish start. And Rio K1000 gold medalist Marcus Waltz wanting that golden feeling again. They couldn't manage it 2 years ago at the World Championships. Spain had decided to go out strong, but do they have enough in the tank to hold off the Germans to the line? It looks like they do. And Spain are golden this time. It's not for the world crown, but ahead of the Olympics this summer, as Spain dominate from start to finish. A terrific performance here. Great for Spain.
Creo que una de las grandes diferencias con el resto de países.
Well, I think the major difference with other countries is that we train together all year. We live and work together, but also have fun as we go over smaller details that will make the biggest differences. It's nearly 24 hours a day, but we enjoy being true professionals, and that's allowed us to come, compete, and win at this level. A stunning Szeged weekend with a trip to Russia next week, final Olympic quotas and World Cup medals up for grabs before the greatest show on earth. From all of us here, until then, goodbye.